Thank you so much, Tom. I come from a long line of educators. My maternal grandparents and maternal grandmother were teachers, as well as my parents, step-parents, and paternal aunts. My Aunt Dorothy once referred to education as the family business. And while I have always believed in the power of education to encourage and build opportunities for people, even as a youth, I knew that I did not want to pursue a career in the family business. The notion of having to persuade a classroom full of surly teenagers or even wiggly elementary students did not and does not appeal to me. All through college, my parents nagged me to minor in education so I could have a teaching credential to fall back on, especially since my college had an exemplary music education program. But once I realized I did not want to pursue a career as an opera singer, fortunately while I was still in school, I decided to minor in theater management instead so I could go into arts administration. Thus began my work with nonprofit organizations. Over 30 years, I worked at theaters, at opera companies, at a museum advocacy organization, and for a chorus and for an orchestra. I worked in the box office, I worked as a grants writer, I worked as an office manager, as an education manager, volunteer coordinator, and front of house manager, among other administrative work. While the work of the performers is certainly important and what attracts an audience, it is the work of the arts administrators and the production personnel who help make those performances and exhibits happen. According to the advocacy organization Americans for the Arts, revenue from earned income from ticket sales, sponsorships, fundraising events, and investment and endowment income is the largest source of income for nonprofit arts organizations. The remainder must be raised through contributions and grants. Even small fluctuations in contributed revenue can mean deficits for many organizations. Now, in pre-COVIDian time, earned income for a typical nonprofit arts and cultural organization was approximately 60% of total support, with 30% coming from individuals, foundation and corporate donors, and 10% coming from local, state, and federal government entities. However, arts organizations, while resilient, have not been able to return to that level of funding since the pandemic shutdown. Now that I have retired from the arts, I am enjoying working as a call center operator for, guess what, nonprofit organizations. I process donations and membership information for public broadcasting stations all over North America, as well as St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, the ASPCA, the Voice of the Martyrs, and I will soon begin assisting the Wounded Warrior Project. I enjoy being on the warm end of the donor transactions, where the caller is already inclined to support the organization, although we do have upsells and rebuttals where I gently persuade the donor to dig a little deeper. Public broadcasting provides numerous educational resources to viewers and listeners of all ages. Lifelong lessons were learned from programs such as Sesame Street, The Electric Company, Reading Rainbow, Arthur, and the original Zoom, not the Zoom we're using today. One could say I joined the family business after all. In closing, I encourage you to lend your support to your favorite nonprofit organizations. San Diego is brimming with opportunities for education and entertainment. Please, buy a ticket for a theater production. Enjoy beautiful music at the opera and or at a choral or orchestral concert. Peruse spectacular artwork at a museum. Call and make a pledge to your local KPBS TV and radio station. Who knows, you may find yourself talking to me. Thank you.